Hello everyone and welcome back to DSP versus the Internet episode 20 for July 1st, 2023. I hope that you're enjoying the show. We're now heading into the second half and we're going to watch member videos that are now in a shuffle order, meaning these are from the standard channel members. We had about 40 of them and we're going to see, what people submitted this week and go from there. So without further ado, let's jump in. Remember, if you want to be a part of the fun and become a member today, you'll be able to nominate videos for the next week's show. All right? All right, let's see what we've got. Here we go. Animals seeing themselves for the very first time.
The fact is that individuals of most animal species can't recognize their reflections as themselves.
Really?
So it's always interesting to see how they will react. Elephants happen to be one of the only animals that have self-awareness. So after first testing if the mirror does the same as they do, when they finally understand it's them, they start inspecting parts of their bodies they've never seen before, like inside their mouth. This bear's reaction shows why you never want to surprise a bear.
Whoa! Holy shit, he went crazy. Damn, he's like, nah, I don't want to see that.
When a lion was presented a mirror, even though it couldn't understand that it was himself, he still knew something wasn't right and kept checking the back, showing their innate curiosity.
Huh. He was looking like, is it behind there? Oh, that's interesting.
A 6-month dolphin is usually able to recognize themselves in the mirror, which is much earlier than humans do. And if you put a mirror in front of them, they'll start exploring what they look like when they do certain things, such as being upside down.
Not only do they figure out that it's them, but they show interest to look at themselves. So one thing is to understand it's themselves. It's a whole other thing to say, I want to look at myself.
Adult cheetah males are actually social creatures. So when this one saw his reflection, it thought it was a friend. This gorilla was absolutely amazed by his own reflection and couldn't get over how weird tongues are. Which, to be honest,
his tongue. He's making tongue shapes.
When this cat saw a mirror for the first time, she also discovered she had ears.
Jasper sees himself in the mirror and he doesn't really react that much.
So it's almost impossible for them to recognize that the reflection is them. But since they rely a lot on scent, they usually get bored or uninterested in mirrors very quickly.
Because they don't smell it, I see. To them, there's no scent, it's not real. Or at least it's not worth their time,
Squirrels
I guess.
are very territorial animals. So if they see other squirrels feeding in their territory, they will chase or nip at it. This squirrel kept attacking the mirror.
Ha 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 ha!
Window! Please go out the window!
Ah, he's just going face first into the
This
mirror.
pair of monkeys were not happy with their new competition.
Oh shit!
At a safari, some visitors recorded a lion getting a big scare from his reflection.
Ah, scared himself.
This is an extremely rare video of a cat actually understanding how reflections in mirrors work.
Really?
And it is proven by the owner showing a finger behind the cat, and him knowing where it is.
Ah!
When some wild dogs went for a drink, they were really taken aback by their reflections, and got into a strange predicament, if it's even worth drinking water from the pond.
Dogs afraid of their own reflections in water? Oh, come on.
With less than 200 white tigers left in the world, most are currently in sanctuaries. Whoa. This beautiful white tiger surprisingly seems uninterested in his reflection.
Doesn't care. I
A
want the
bear
camera.
in Finland got startled by a mirror.
And then went to the other side of that road to sit and wait with his camera. He was startled, but you know what? After a few minutes, the bear had enough and knocked over that mirror and walked away.
Apparently, this cat got into a blinking competition with himself.
Alrighty. He is pissed at himself. Yeah, Jasper does it. Jasper he'll look and he'll be like this, like looking around a little bit, and then he'll just walk right away. He's never really spent more than just like a few seconds in front of any mirror. I don't think he's too fascinated by looking at himself.
Chihuahuas usually don't rank at the top on intelligence, but interestingly enough, this doggo understood the reflection after seeing her owner in the mirror. An amazing moment to see is from a cow that has buttons she uses to speak, and when she saw the mirror, she immediately pressed the button that symbolizes her friend cow Nala, meaning she thought it was another cow.
Ah.
Nala's the name of the only other cow she knows.
When a puppy saw a mirror for the first time, he thought he made a friend, which is a little heartbreaking.
Aw. Hope he thought he had a friend. Duh.
Roosters are sort of terrifying. If there are more roosters and fewer hens, then they tend to fight each other to gain more hens. So if they see another rooster, they see more competition. Hence why they tend to attack their reflection.
Beat up themselves. How long is it? Okay, we watched half of it. That was a pretty good video. I like that one. Something good to break it up. What's next?
For the longest time, I've always found it odd how the cyberpunk genre seemed to have a strange obsession with Japan. All across these movies, you'll find Japanese text, culture, and characters.
That is true, even Blade Runner.
This actually makes sense. These movies date back to the 1980s, a time period where the rise and growth of Japan was crazy. Japan was undergoing an economic miracle. In a 40-year time span, Japan had gone from a small agricultural country to becoming the world's third largest economy. Japan was beating the US in tech, cars, and even video games. Japan's eventual surpassment of the US seemed inevitable. But of course, as we know, this didn't happen. The Japanese bubble burst, and Japan stagnated. And yet, you still continue to see Japanese influence in cyberpunk. But there's a country which I think fits the cyberpunk motif even better: Korea. It's always been a staple of cyberpunk media to feature massive, domineering corporations. Blade Runner has the Tyrell Corporation, Ready Player One has IOI, and Korea has Samsung. It's hard to overstate the impact that Samsung has on Korean society. Many think of Samsung as simply a technology company, but it is actually an incredibly diverse mega corporation. The Samsung Group has over 80 subsidiaries, the largest being Samsung Electronics, which makes everything you think of when you imagine Samsung.
What else do they do?
But there are of course a number of others, such as Samsung SDI, which is an energy company, Samsung SDS, which offers IT and consulting services, Samsung CNT, which is a construction company.
I didn't know they had that.
Samsung Sports, which owns a variety of
Didn't
sports
know they
teams.
did that.
Samsung Fire and Marine Insurance, which, you guessed it, offers fire and marine insurance. Samsung Heavy Industries, which is the world's second largest shipbuilder. And
Wow,
Samsung
I didn't
Life
know that.
Insurance, which is not shady whatsoever. These
It said, oh, I said warned. They were warned about it. Wow. So they diversified. They don't just do electronics. That's interesting.
subsidiaries of the Samsung Group make up roughly 20% of the Korean economy.
Derek says he never heard of Blade Runner. I mean, essentially, Blade Runner was the movie that started the whole cyberpunk craze, where the whole idea was that humans were actually synthetic robots, and you couldn't tell the difference between who was really a human and who was a robot.
Make up roughly 20.
There we go. And there's a whole. It's like Harrison Ford is like this detective trying to figure out, I think the who was the killer. And you find out that half the people in the movie who you thought were humans are actually synth robots. Like, everyone's an undercover robot, and you didn't know that and stuff like that. Basically, you gotta watch. You gotta watch it. But it was all right. I didn't really like Blade Runner that much. I think a lot of people loved it. When I saw it when I was in college, I didn't really like it that much.
80% of the Korean economy, which is absolutely absurd.
That's crazy. 1/5 of their economy is one company.
Lacks any real comparison. It should come as no surprise that Samsung is also Korea's largest employer, employing 100,000 people across the country. Even the United States' largest employer, Walmart, makes up only 2.5% of the economy. The level of control Samsung has over Korea is insane. Just looking at it at a cultural level, if you were to ask a Korean primary schooler what they wanted to do when they grew up, more often than not, they'd say work at Samsung. Kids in Korea have it drilled into their brains that getting a job at Samsung is their key to a better and more prestigious life. This isn't an easy task, however. Children, even from an incredibly early age, know that if they want to work at Samsung, they'll have to do it very well in school and get into a prestigious university. Korean society places an incredible significance on education. School days are 11 hours of lecture-based instruction in a variety of subjects. And starting in middle school, more than 95% of students will begin to attend privately owned, for-profit cram schools after they finish their regular school day.
The Korean language word for a for-profit private institute, academy, or cram school prevalent in South Korea. They perform several educational functions, like supplementary education that many children need just to keep up with the public school curriculum.
Overall, students may spend as much as 16 hours studying in a day,
oh my God,
only coming home to sleep. There's a common saying in Korea that if you sleep 3 hours each night, you may get into a top university, If you sleep 4 hours each night, you may get into another university. But if you sleep 5 hours or more each night, especially during your last year of high school, forget about getting into any university.
Oh my God, what is wrong with these
people?
people?
Even more so than other countries.
Like, listen, I understand the mentality of working hard to get ahead in life and to prepare for a life of success. But when your entire life is work, it doesn't make any sense at all. In Japan, they do this too, right? Their whole life is about the career and the work, and then they find out that they're not taking the time to find significant others, to get married, to start families. What is going on in Asia in general with this weird mindset that work is above all, and you can't have a life or culture or anything to it, that it's got to be work, study, work. That's just weird to me.
To a top university in Korea is a big deal. And the only way to do that is by scoring highly on the Suning or CSAT exam. The Suning exam is a 9-hour-long, all-encompassing exam, and is offered only once a year. During these 9 hours, the country holds its breath.
Fucking 9
Teachers
hours.
wear trainers to muffle their footsteps as they pace their classrooms. Roads around schools are shut down to prevent traffic for students arriving at test sites. Even planes are grounded all across the country, so the sound of them taking off is not a distraction to students. The pressure is immense. Students study Korean, English, mathematics, and history, knowing that if they aren't happy with their result, they'll have to endure another year of grueling studying.
The audio screwed up, you hear that?
For those who did poorly, well, they'll make up the 20% of students who will take it in a year. Some may
I know what happened. He got hit with a content ID match for whatever music he's playing, and he had to remove the music, and when it removed the music, it completely destroyed the audio of the video. That's exactly what it is. So those who did poorly, let's see. Jay Su's saying is for students who took it twice, and Sam Su's saying for those who took it 3 times. A bit of shame comes with those titles. 20% will end up retaking it. Sheesh.
Take it up to 5 times. And for those who did well, their parents may reward them with plastic surgery. After all, a more attractive face will give them a leg up in the job market. This may seem insane for people in the West, but yes, this is true, and it's almost...
The average age of first plastic surgery procedure is 21.8 years old, and up to 46% of female college students in South Korea have had it. Plastic surgery even comes a common graduation gift. What is going on over there? This, dude, did anyone know this? It's so fucking weird. Just completely spend your entire youth studying, and then when you succeed and you're gonna get a good score to go better in life, get plastic surgery as a reward? What is happening?
Almost a cliche at this point. Of course, there are others who may never be able to find success with Suning and will be forced to look for a different path. Some may abandon their dreams and work in manufacturing, while others may try to become professional gamers, spending all their free time practicing in internet cafes. Some may even try to become K-pop idols, but even in the entertainment industry, there still exists this extreme work culture. When someone
we know that as I'm beginning now to watch the documentary about K-pop, that it's another culture. It's not the school culture or the corporate culture. This is, you must dance, you must sing, you work 1 million hours a day, right? Oh my God.
Become a K-pop idol. They sign what's called a slave contract.
Yeah.
Where they agree to let a management company control every facet of their lives for years. It often takes years of incredibly intense training for a K-pop group to debut, and in that time, trainees are constantly monitored, having to follow an extremely strict diet, and are not allowed to be in a relationship. Trainees live together in dorms so they can be better monitored, and aren't even allowed to leave without permission. At any point, even after years of intense training, the management company could drop the trainee with no financial compensation. This extreme work culture, which propelled Korea onto the world stage as a major economy, is also slowly destroying it. Extreme overworking has caused a mental health epidemic, giving South Korea the highest suicide rate of any developed country in the world. Since the 1980s, Korean population growth has fallen below replacement levels. As of 2020, the Korean fertility rate was at 0.84 births per woman, which not only puts them far below replacement level, but also is the lowest in the world. The population of Korea is already in decline.
So basically what they're saying, it's funny because he's saying it's a cyberpunk dystopia. I mean, it's not. There's no cyberpunk there. But essentially what he's saying is all the themes of cyberpunk are present in the real life country. they've gone so extreme in these weird cultural ways. It's almost like they've forgotten the important things about human existence, and the whole culture is so skewed that the people are fucked up. They don't want to have kids anymore or nothing. They're just completely messed up. Wow. Holy shit. So the whole K-pop thing is just one aspect of the entire country being so weird. Damn. All right, that was an interesting video.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Was filmed before a live studio audience. Hey, Joey. Heirs to Joey. Hey, are you in there? It's your move. Sorry, you. Doing this Brooklyn accent makes it difficult to concentrate on card games. I know what you mean. My voice is pretty crazy, too. I'm thinking about changing it. By the way, my grandpa has a super rare card. Groovy. Hey, bada bing. Rare card. That sounds vague enough to be the Blue Eyes White Dragon. And since I'm a child billionaire in charge of a huge gaming company, I obviously have nothing better to do than go check it out. Hey, Graham.
Well, here's the thing. This video might be fun. It sounds like one of those parody videos where it's kind of trying to make fun of, you know, Dragon Ball did it too. There's all these different video series for different animes. I've never watched Yu-Gi-Oh! So this is going completely over my head. I don't understand any of it at all. So sadly, I would say this is a suggestion. There's nothing wrong with this video, but I don't get it. So what's the point of me watching it if I don't understand any of it? I haven't seen the show, so I'm not going to understand the reference at all. You know what I mean? All right, let's continue. I apologize. Asians Got Parent with Stephen Hay and Uncle Roger. Oh, is it a
Welcome to the
parody?
very first season of Asians Got
It's a
Parent,
parody thing.
where the most talented Asians from around the world compete for Asian parents' approval. Our very first judge today.
Is it not a cultural stereotype in comedy that Asian parents never approve of anything? Like, they have insanely ridiculous standards and that no children could ever live up to it. I think that's supposed to be the joke, right?
It's Steven's dad.
Hello, I'm a professional
Look who it
Asian
is.
dad from failure management. Today, nobody is going to get a powder you from me. I've been proudly disappointing children since 1995. So I look forward to seeing the failures today.
The next judge is Tiger
Uncle Roger.
I am ready to compel all the contestants chicken today. Because they not practice enough. I already know they don't. Not like
Why are you
Ling
wearing a
who
flaming
practice
hot
40
Cheeto
hours
shirt?
a day and become doctor at age 5. Why my son not like Ling Ling?
There's Uncle Roger
And
on the
lastly,
left.
we
But
have
is he,
Uncle
wait, is he going to
Roger.
be Uncle
Hello,
Roger?
niece and nephew. It's Uncle Roger.
It is.
I
Oh,
can't
he is
wait to
playing
see
Uncle Roger. I didn't think he would be playing Uncle Roger. No, he is playing Uncle Roger.
the performance today. It better not be disappointing like Jamie Oliver, egg fried rice. Hiya.
Today we have 4 contestants who will compete for our parents' approval. Our very first contestant is Steven.
Yeah, when I was 5 years old, my dad really wanted me to play the piano, so he went all the way back to China
this guy.
to find the best
I must have seen
wood
these
in
guys
the
in other
world,
videos and stuff,
allegedly.
'cause I totally recognize this
he
guy.
carried it all the way to America,
nice hair.
allegedly, and allegedly he also said he carried it through like 20 rivers and 30 mountains. Allegedly. So I want to do my best and make him proud, because that's everything I've ever wanted.
Hello, what your name? And what you gonna do today?
Hello, my name is Steven. I'll be playing Chopin on the piano.
No, you suck. Oh, it's pretty bad, actually.
Failure.
Chris is doing it with chopsticks.
Stupid! I told you go study, wasting time.
But Dad, they're gonna give us $1 million if we win.
Oh, that's his dad?
I messed up. Producer, do you mind if I take it back? No, I need Steven to get the money because I want my convertible Mercedes. What? Can't take it. Can't take it back. What the hell?
Hey, let me ask you a question. How old are you?
20?
Failure. Ling Ling already played that piece at 2 months old.
What is this interpretation? So bland, no flavor, no taste. Where the MSG in the music? Hiya, I'd rather go eat Rachel Ray's chicken breast.
Well, the judges weren't that impressed by Steven's playing. Let's see if our next contestant, Brett, will win
It's
their
pretty
approval.
funny. I don't know if I want to watch the whole
I
thing.
fell
I'll
in
watch
love
one
with
more.
music the very first second I touched the violin. And I worked so hard and I practiced for most of my life to get to where I am today. I just really hope today I can share with the world my passion for classical music.
I've seen him before in other stuff. I know I have.
Hi, my name is Brett, and I'll be playing Andante from Bach's Second Sonata.
The playing not bad, Uncle Roger impressed. Tell me what you want to do, what your hope and dream after this competition.
Oh, my dream is to become a professional violinist one day.
Disgusting.
Get out.
Music always just hobby only. Get proper job.
Violence for impressing your auntie at family reunion, not career.
You're not gonna be as good as Yo-Yo Ma. Just
Yo-Yo Ma.
Just give up.
Wow.
Whoa, that took a wild turn.
To get it? What they're basically saying is, again, Asian parents are never satisfied, even if you're like a prodigy. Like, yeah, but you'll never be best as the best person ever, so screw that, just do something else. Wow. Alright, let's do one more before we split the part here. What? What the hell?
Hello everybody, I am Wilbur Sargunaraj. Today I want to do very important thing right now to show you a very important thing about the India.
Oh my god.
Many foreigners who come to the country,
what is going on?
They want to know how to use a toilet in India. So today I'm going to show you how to use the Indian style toilet, Eastern style toilet, Western style toilet, Eastern style toilet. The Western style toilet is a little bit comfortable for people to sit down. Eastern style is very little bit difficult, but it is the way that we operate in India. So please come follow me.
Oh no.
This is a typical Eastern style latrine. Okay, this is Tamil in kakus right here. Okay, so this place right here. Usually,
yeah, it's the ground. It's the toilet that's in the ground. I've seen this before. Yeah, in those countries, they poop. You have to basically squat and aim and poop into the hole.
Bucket kulla oru dipper irukku mug. Okay, inside there. They call it the dipper. It's a dipper.
The
dipper? We call this in Tamil Nadu, in India we call this a dipper.
The dipper.
Or we call this a mug. Okay, we use this. I will show you
Japan
what
has this?
we
They
ought
do?
to see this. Inga vande thanni irukku, tap irukku. And so this is the typical style latrine.
I mean, I'm sorry, that's probably pretty hard to use if you haven't had practice.
Come inside, you must lock the door. Yeah, okay. And
lock the door, yeah, you better.
Some people they sit like this.
You get surprised, you have some turds flying the wrong way.
You must not sit like this, because then everything will be in the front. Okay, not like this. You must not sit this. You see the hole? There is a hole right there.
What to the hole?
Hole irukku. அந்த ஓட்டைக்குள்ள தான் இப்படி பின்னாடி திரும்பி இப்படி தான் உட்காரணும். You must sit like this. The hole.
Is he barefoot?
Back like this. Okay?
No. So, are they use the toilet barefoot, dude? People are pissing and shitting on that thing. You walk in with your bare feet. Oh.
Then you take the pant off and then you squat. Okay. Kudinji இப்படி உட்காரணும். You have to sit like this. So you sit like this and then நீங்க வந்து எல்லாம் business முடிச்சிருங்க. Okay.
Now hold on a second. Hold on a second. Has it not been said scientifically that it's easier for you to defecate when you're in the squat position? Don't they even sell something called the squatty potty that elevates your legs so you're simulating that position when you're on a standard porcelain toilet to make it easier? Because actually, maybe this is ingenious and we just don't know it. I mean, to us who use toilets, we probably think it's weird, right? But maybe this is actually smart. Maybe this is the faster way to do it, right? He says, I want to get the fuck in and out. I don't want to be in there for 10 minutes, 15 minutes. So just go in, boop, 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 done, because you're in the right position to do it.
Finish everything, finish the business, and then after you're finished, now this is very subject that lot of people பக்கத்துல வாங்க இப்போ வந்து இந்த டாபிக்ல வந்து நிறைய பேர் வந்து they don't want to discuss ஏன்னா அது வந்து சொன்னா டாபூன்னு சொல்லுவாங்க ஃபாரின்ல டாபு it is taboo.
It's taboo. Terminology.
In India there is no toilet paper. இங்க வந்து the Kleenex இந்த toilet paperல ஒண்ணும் கிடையாது. There is no toilet paper in
India. Oh boy, how do they do it?
There is only water and the dipper. So we use the water to wash. Okay, not the toilet paper. And we use the left hand to do the cleaning. I will show you how
I forgot about that. Yeah, they only use left hand, right?
It's very important for the foreigners to know because they're a lot of times confused and very embarrassed to ask the people how to use this. So, we take some water and then we clean. We take a left hand and then we pour. And then we clean with the left hand. Okay, some people go from the front, some people go from the back, but we clean like this. Now, very, very important. Do not just use the hand without the water. That is inappropriate. You must use water. It's very,
what are you doing?
Okay, so use the water. While you're pouring the water, you only clean pandrenga. Okay, that is the way to do the business in the toilet, in the latrine. It is very, very important. So that is how you do the toilet.
But then how do you wash your hand after?
Clean method. On the toilet paper, if you do the toilet paper, it's not very clean. But in the water, everything is clean. And when you wash with the hand, everything is clean. Now people, they sometimes think that this is very, very not very good method, and it's very, very they don't like it. But that's why we have some soap.
Okay, so they have soap.
Every time, Mysore sandal sandalwood soap. Sandalwood soap, okay? So you take the soap, you must take the soap and you must wash your hands very, very clean, okay? It's very, very important for you to, after you finish the business, to wash your hands very clean. Okay,
let me put it this way. I don't think there's actually anything wrong with this method whatsoever, but the problem is you're really relying on someone to do the right thing and clean their hand properly. Or else you got someone with a shitty-ass hand that's walking around, you know what I'm saying? Like, squatting makes sense. You'll actually probably poop easier, correct? Okay, the water on your ass probably makes sense. Actually, you'll probably get more feces off of your ass using water and your hand than you would with a piece of paper. That's actually, I think that makes sense too. But are you really, I don't know if I trust someone to properly wash their hand and get the shit off their hand. I think more people would just do a half-ass job, walk around spreading shit all over the place with their left hand. At least in America. Because here's the thing, in the United States, people are so irresponsible, they can't do the most basic of things. Like when they cough, when they're sick, they go into the air and just spread like a fucking plague, a giant explosion, A-bomb of fucking bacteria and virus everywhere because they're so disgusting. You know, these are fucking people. Just the other day, my wife and I went to a restaurant, and across the way from us, sitting at a table across, is a family. All three of them are coughing and sneezing profusely all over the restaurant as they're eating. Did you think maybe if you were that you should not go out to eat? That maybe you should, you know, it's probably bad? No, to them, it's the American way. I have a right to go out and just completely fucking spread everything everywhere. So what I mean, so in America, I wouldn't trust someone to do this right. I would think these people are so fucking stupid that they would probably do this and be like walking out covered in shit. They have shit all over their hands. Like their whole arm would be completely brown and shitty. And they go, what do you mean? I used it, right? You know? So, okay. That's interesting, though. That is actually very interesting. I did not know that. That's very different. So, you know, it's funny because we talk about, you know, the bidet. Well, it's essentially the way they use it. It is a bidet. It's just, you know, you're doing it yourself. You're washing your ass on the fly. You're getting the shit off your ass with the water, and then you're using the soap to clean your hand. Fair enough. I'm not going to criticize that. I think that actually makes sense. Maybe in a lot of ways better than paper. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching DSP versus the Internet. What a journey we've had this week. We still got another hour left. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next part.